A lot of people sitting at house are doing. You just probably remember me talking about the government deciding to bring in retired members of the Defence Forces, people who have left the Defence Forces early. And the government have basically said now we will bring that in. And obviously, some of the Defence Forces have been caught up, but they can still continue with the civilian jobs after this and everything. They don't have to retire fully from the civilian jobs. But I just want to say, there's a few people I know, there's 26 people I know, and straight away, not even a cry, I knew straight away they would put their names down. Probably wasn't even out 10 minutes to call, for retired defence people. There was a call out put out for retired and people who left the army early. And, all them 26 people I know who were in the army and who left the army, and even I know a lot of them are still in the army. We're torn into the army, and there's one particular person in particular, and I've been talking to people about it, and he's going to be used for contact tracing. We're not going to put him on active duty, out in the beach. He's going to be doing contact tracing. So basically, if somebody has the coronavirus, he'd be tracing the thing, which is a great thing, which he's still doing his part for his country, because he has served his country for 30 years, and I don't nobody, I'm sure nobody expects him. Nobody expects someone who served his country so well for that many times, but he's adamant that he wants to serve his country again and put it on his uniform again and to serve his country, and we have to salute. And I salute him. I salute him. I actually go and salute him, and I salute every man and every woman who rejoins the Defence Forces now. I absolutely salute you. I salute you for your bravery and for your determination. And he said and I quote him saying this. He said, "I have to serve my country again," and that's all he said. I have to serve my country again. Not a word about anything else. He's going out to serve his country. He's going out. He sees the next fight, and he's going out for it. Which he's happy enough to do the contact tracing. So, and then the rest of them will be put on active duty. Two members of the Navy I know who are going back. They're obviously going to be put on the ships. Obviously, they're still being ships. All the Irish Navy ships are being used for some degree of coronavirus testing facilities, as you know. I don't know what ship they're going to be put on, but they're often the services, and it's very brave and very humble. I'm sure people would agree with me. I'm sure many people know people who are eager to join again, not for the money, not for any glory or anything like that, just because they feel like it's they have to serve their country and it's time to serve. They feel themselves, and one of them even said to me, they feel they can't leave the rest of their brothers behind, the brothers and sisters behind in the Defence Forces when they need them most. And that's very, very noble, and that's honest to God, that's extremely noble. And I really hope that the government after this makes it right for the Defence Forces. And I'm going to say this straight to Leverk and the rest of that. These have treated the army so badly. As one of them said, they were forced to leave because they couldn't make ends meet. And he's retired for the last 3 years out of the Defence Forces. Got a good job. More money than he ever had. And he trained so hard and so long in the Defence Force, and he had to leave the Defence Forces. And I'm saying, the least you can do after this is all over is you make it right for these people. You give them something, you give them a huge honour. Because that's what they deserve. Every member who's active in the Defence Forces now, and every member who has retired because of your government policies of not paying them right, and neglecting the Defence Forces. And may this be a lesson to the government, because they seem like they're very, very desperate now, going and asking retired servicemen and servicewomen to rejoin the Defence Forces. I'm just going to say, I hope you make up for your mistakes. That's more or less what I'm saying, because you're putting these people's lives at risk, and the blood will be on the government's hand if any of these people, unfortunately do get the coronavirus, and unfortunately some of them might die. It is on the government's hands, because these people want to come back and serve their country. And if there was proper, if there was proper funding put in to the Defence Forces, and was enough manpower, which there isn't in the Defence Forces, this wouldn't have happened. We probably would have had a better response, if that makes any sense. But I'm just going to say this to anybody who's rejoining, God bless you. Really, just absolutely God bless you, and I salute you. I'm sure everybody in this country salutes your brave work. And no matter what you do, no matter if you contact tracing, no matter if you're bringing equipment to hospitals, no matter if you're on ships, quarantining people and you're testing people, we salute you. We absolutely salute you. Your bravery is beyond comparable. And you're good heroes, and you're great people. And your country asks so much of you now, and you have answered that call. And you have sworn to protect this country, and you have sworn to defend this country to the last. And you are doing that very bravely and very honestly. And I can't tell you how proud everybody in this country is of its defence forces. And I say that with a tear in my eye. Because no matter how bad you are treated, the one thing that is very adamant and very plain to see is your love for your country and your dedication for your country. Your government might have failed you. Your people might have forgot about us, about having the defence forces, and haven't said anything about paying conditions for so long and forgot about the defence forces. But your country calls you now, and your country asks of you to solve it. And you have answered it overwhelmingly. And we absolutely salute you for that. And we thank God that we have such great men and women of the defence forces. Thank you.